Hello again. In this video I want to do some tweaks on my i3 status bar. First, I want to remove this IP version 6 indicator, and second, I want to add another calendar. In my country, calendar system is different and I want another indicator for that. I have i3status man page open on the left side and terminal on the right. Here on the man page, we can see different file paths that i3 uses to read the status config. The default one is the last one. I prefer not to directly edit that file because it will probably overwritten in case package is updated. Although I think it won't happen in a distribution like Debian. I copy that file into my config folder and edit there. Okay, I make required directory. I create a directory called i3status and cd into it. Now we have to copy the config from etc folder. We type cp etc i3status and copy it here with the name config. I open it in Vim, and as my first edit I want to remove this IP version 6 indicator. I can simply comment this line and save it, and now if I restart my i3 with super shift and R, you can see that we don't have this IP version 6 anymore. Now I want to add my calendar. I will explain this step by step and show you why we do things and why it won't work at first. If we go to the end of man page at section 10, you can see it talks about external scripts and wrappers. It basically says we need to pipe output of i3status command and change it the way we want. So let's do this first and see if it's okay. I have to create a wrapper script. I close this file and make a file called wrapper.sh. I make it executable and open it in Vim. Before that, let's just quickly check how i3status command works inside terminal. If I type i3status and run it, you can see this line is exactly the same as what we see on the bar. What we want to do with our wrapper, we actually want to pipe this output and add the things we want to it. This is a simple scenario we are considering. This can get complex really quick if we consider different use cases. Okay, let's keep this one and come back to our wrapper file. I copy the script from my notes and explain it there. You can see we pipe i3status and put it in a while loop. We read line, we actually run our command to get our calendar data, and we simply connect and attach these two strings together, and that's it. This is a very simple script that we use. Next thing we have to do, we have to tell i3 to run out our own wrapper script instead of i3status command. We open i3 config file and go to the end of the file. Here I copy this line and comment it, and now we can change it to run our script. I use the full path here, i3status, and then we use wrapper.sh. If we save this file and restart, excuse me, I have a typo here. We can see we have our new status bar. We have our indicator in the end of the string. It's working okay, but the problem is we lost our colors. If we check the man page again, we can see it talks about JSON output formats, which provide colors in i3 bar. If we want to support colors, we have to write a slightly more complex script, and we actually want to do that now. First thing we should do, we don't need this config file anymore. We should come back to i3status folder. I open config file. Yeah, on the general section we have to add an output format, and we have to set it to i3 bar. Let's see the difference if we run it with this command. If I run i3status now, you can see the output changed and it's not the same as the previous. Okay, let's see, let it generate a little bit and we can consider it. Okay, I stop it now. You can see at the beginning we have this version section, then we have this bracket, then we generated our JSON output, then we have this comma, and again we have our list of JSON, and it continues. Okay, we should consider this if we want, when we want to edit our script. Okay, I get back to I save this file and open my wrapper function again. I remove this and add my edited script. I actually used ChatGPT for this and it has useful comments in it. Okay, let's check this script before running it. Step 1 is the forwarding header line. You can see this condition logic. It actually tries to grab this line, version. It is very simple. It actually echoes that line and no changes is applied. On the second step, it tries to detect the line with the open bracket. It is here. And if it detects that, it actually just echoes that and continues. Second step, this is important. You can see these blocks of JSON output. The first one doesn't have a prefix comma. The others have it. You can see here. We have to do something about this. Look at this logic. The comment says that status entries remove leading comma if present. It detects if the line started with a comma and then add this prefix and knows that there is this prefix and updates the line variable with line but without that leading comma. And if it didn't detect that, which happens on the first output, it actually prefixes it with nothing, empty. At this line we have the same command that is our output, Jalali we want to use, and in this line we actually make our JSON object for our block. It has a full text parameter which is our output string, and there is a color which you can change. I actually use white here. At the in this last line we have to recreate our block. We have to add our prefix, custom block, and the full line. With this setup we actually add our prefix Then we open our bracket and add our custom block with the rest of the line. You can see here. This code actually removes this opening bracket from the start of line. If we consider this the line, we actually remove this. Okay, if we save this file and restart, you see now we have our indicator, we have our colors, and everything is working correct. There are lots of configurations or lots of requirements that you may have. For example, you want to place this in another order. Maybe you want to add it here or maybe here. One thing I want to do, move it to the right side and not the left side. I can actually do that, and it makes our code a little bit more simpler. If I want to put that here, I don't need to process this comma anymore. The prefix, I don't need to work on that. I just have to remove this closing bracket and just add my block here and then close it. I can do that with this. I can simply remove this prefix section, but I don't need that. And instead of this, I can insert this block of code. With this command, it actually removes the closing bracket and then adds a comma, my custom block, and then the closing block. If we save this and restart i3 again, you can see we have our custom block at the right side of this string. That's it. Thank you for watching.